Start it out that way.
So,
Woo!
that was pretty loud. Poor listeners. So,
So,
what'd you do today?
okay. This is what I wanted to talk to you about because
I'm all ears.
I am moving out and Jeremy is moving into his own apartment. We're going our separate ways.
Whoa.
Yes.
May I ask what happened?
Backup story. We got a notice in like the beginning of March saying that our lease was about to be up. And so we go, okay, great. Let's try and find something. We immediately got on the waiting list for 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment at the current apartment complex that we live now.
So you just had to like...
We were the first on the list. The only thing is we had to just wait until somebody gave their notice. We said if somebody didn't give their notice by the 1st of April that we would start looking for an apartment. Nobody gave their notice on the 1st. We had until the 10th to find something before we had to give our notice at Four Seasons if we didn't plan on re-signing. We looked, found an apartment. Applied for the apartment. Well, okay, so we found one apartment, and then we gave our notice at Four Seasons, and then went to go apply at that apartment, and they had sold the units. So then we found a different apartment, and we applied there, and I got denied because of my criminal record. So I told Jeremy, I was like, I feel like I'm just going to get denied pretty much everywhere I go. I don't feel like I have a whole lot of options right now. I feel like maybe it might be best if you look for something and be prepared. And, you know, I don't think that you're like dogging me or running out on me. I totally understand. You know, you got to look out for number one, and I completely get it. And so he said, he was like, you know, we should at least look for something, and I'll call around. And he called probably 20 places, and all 20 places, I think there was one place that said that they would make an exception. But even then, it was like a big gamble. They were like, well, we might make an exception if you provide, you know, A, B, and C.
We might let you in.
Right, we might let you in, but you have to pay the $50 to apply, and you don't get that back either way.
Jesus.
So we, yeah. So I talked to him. He looked for a place, and he called a bunch of places today and found one for himself. So he's actually going to go look at an apartment tomorrow. And then I'm moving in. I talked to my parents today. I'm moving in with them. They have a room at their house, and my mom's going to empty out her office, and I'm going to move in with them. Pay them a couple $100 a month. Just start saving up money.
The place in Orchards, right?
Yeah. Get a storage unit. Put all my stuff in a storage unit, and then stay with my parents for a year probably. Save up as much money as I can in between here and then.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's good stuff, man.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
How did Jerm react to this?
Well, I mean, at first, you know, we were both kind of frustrated that the apartment could basically deny you for a criminal record, but then you're expected to rehabilitate at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I committed a crime, and then I went to jail, paid restitution. I'm rehabilitated as far as I went back to work as soon as I got out of jail and didn't miss rent. I mean, I did almost a month in jail, and I didn't miss a payment of rent.
It's crazy.
And you still won't let me rent from you? I had people write reference letters to me, and they still, even with all that, they were like, no. So I told Jeremy, I was like, dude, you can't, you know, don't let me
weigh him down.
Yeah, don't let me hold you back. This is my thing, you know? I just feel bad that I have to impose on my parents. They always say, you know, oh, well, we're your parents. Yeah, it's not a big deal, but come on, dude. I'm making my mom uproot her office. My mom, and the three of us, me, my dad, and my mom, all working out of the house at certain points, and I just, you know, I don't want to be in the way.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm going to give them a couple $100 just so that I can, feel better about it, you know?
Are they asking you for rent, or you're just...
No, they just have asked me to help with groceries.
That's fair.
So, but I'm going to, I think, go above and beyond that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're making do with what you got.
Yeah.
It's not an ideal situation.
No, and I need to let my pride go. That's one thing I've been contemplating is like, you know what? I've been on my own for 6 years. I've made it. I've done it. You know, I've managed to do it. I can take a step back to go a couple steps forward if I just stop and think about my future.
Yeah. There is that stigma that, if you move out, you can't come back or you shouldn't come back. But, I mean, life happens.
Right. Right. And that's what my parents said. I mean, they were pretty adamant on, take the opportunity that comes to you. And that's my biggest thing. It's not.
You will be saving a lot of
money. I pay a lot of money to live on my own.
Yeah. Rent's expensive.
It is expensive.
And it is getting more expensive.
Yes. So
I don't have a full grasp of it because I'm not there yet, but I have talked to a good amount of people and they're just like, I want to rent or buy a house because I'm paying as much as like a, mortgage or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, the problem is the housing market is expensive too. You have to get like 15 grand put down on, I mean, depending on the bank loan that you get, I mean, it's just so, and that's another thing too. I got to try, I'm in kind of a period of reformation. I got to get my credit back up and pay off some debt. So
it'll take time.
It's a blessing in disguise,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's something I got to do. So, yeah, that's what I did today. I was in Salem, and then I found that out. And so we decided. Yeah.
Yeah, because originally you guys were looking together.
Yeah, well, then we had found places. I mean, that's the problem. We found places to live, and then they denied me.
Just because of that?
Just because of that. And we had money for the deposits and everything. That was so funny to me. I was like, they were like, oh, yeah, it's going to be, so-and-so much money for this amount. And I'm like, great. I don't write checks anymore, but I'll write you a check. Like, I have the money. Why not? Yeah, I'm good for it. And you can see my rental history. I have 6 years of never missing a payment.
So did Open Seasons, the current place you're at, care if you had a record?
No. That was the other stipulation was we could stay at the apartment complex that we were at, but move-in wasn't until May 9th. So we would be basically without an apartment between May 1st and the 9th.
That's like...
Jeremy didn't have a place to stay.
2 to 3 weeks.
And it's 12 days. Or it's 9 days.
Is it really? Oh,
if you think May 1st to May 9th, that's 9 days.
But the move-in was until the 7th, right?
No, move-in was the 9th.
Oh.
Yeah, move-in was the 9th. Our lease is up on the 30th, so we have to be out by the 30th. So you have the 1st through the 9th. That's 9 days.
I don't have a very good grasp of time. Clearly.
Time is a construct. I don't know. I can't grasp it.
It exists, but I mean, who's counting?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pay attention to deadlines, but as long as I hit it, that's all I really care about.
What about like work?
Oh man, it's because of where I work that I'm like so lenient about it. I'll show up like 10 minutes late. I don't ever, but what are they gonna do about it? They're just gonna be like, "Hey, you're late." I'm like, "Okay, what about it?"
Fire me. I'm the best employee you have.
No, I mean we have like a 10-minute leeway, but it's like, so let's say you're scheduled to work at like 2. That means you have to clock in by 2:05 or 1:55. In between that 10 minutes is when you're supposed to clock in. I usually show up at like the 4-minute mark after. Just because.
Yeah.
Out of habit. And all the people I work with kind of know about it too. And it's not like I'm not, punctual. It's just I know where I work. So
you're like, I mean, I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm kind of at that point there.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But
yeah.
I mean, with other things though, like like a date or a school deadline,
Yeah, you better be on time for a date.
I'm there on the tee.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit early.
My dad always says, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time.
I believe that.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that.
It reminds me of that Drake lyric that's like, better late than never, but never late is better. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
I sometimes feel like Drake says things and then he himself is like, oh, that's bars.
He had a great revelation.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know I was capable of that. That's bars.
This is deep.
This is meaningful. This is going to hit on multiple levels.
It's going to hit on multiple Instagram captions for selfies that are unrelated to what the topic is.
All these white girls being like, yeah.
I can't even think of any Drake songs right now except for that one.
I fell off Drake for a while. I haven't listened to Drake in a minute. I also haven't really been listening to that kind of music in general. I listened to Nipsey Hussle's new album just because, when he passed, I was like, oh, dang.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. for that, for sure. And that was good. I mean, Nipsey Hussle's album is...
solid.
It's solid. It's not as...
Is it the music you would typically listen to?
No.
You just wanted to check it out?
Yeah, I listened to it and kind of out of respect, but...
Yeah.
I listen to I'm Christian music almost exclusively.
As of right now?
But yeah, as of lately, last year or 2 years.
Wow.
I will pick up when Mac Miller died, I listened to Mac Miller for a little bit, and I'll kind of go through different phases of stuff, or instrumental music and things like that. But I try and stay away from music with bad language and kind of a bad message in general. To me, I don't want to talk like that, and if I have all that in my head, it comes out naturally.
Yeah, it's like an association thing.
Yeah. So, well, not even that. It's just more of like if I'm, because I like to rap too. And so I like to rap along. And if I rap along, I don't want to censor myself. I'm not going to bleep myself out. So it's like a weird...
It's a habit.
Yeah. I could just listen to it, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Get hype with it. Get hype. What about you? What have you been listening to lately?
I have been listening to a whole lot of Mumford Sons.
Really?
Yeah.
Ever since that day, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been on that.
Well, so I was listening to a lot of their stuff a few years back, and I always had it. I have their albums on CD.
Right. Oh, do you really?
Yeah, they're in my car.
That's lit.
One of them's a deluxe edition that comes with a live performance cool. Recording, so it's 2 discs. And then
you like 2 discs?
I do, when it has bonus content for the value. Yeah, so I have those in my car, and they had released an album in late 2016, but everyone kind of criticized it because it was more them going to the indie scene versus the kind of folk sound that they have. I know. Why can't artists explore?
You gotta grow, man. Grow with the times. What if you're an artist and you like that folk stuff, but then you meet new artists? Maybe your guitar player leaves the band, or maybe you guys decide, hey, you know what? We can reach a wider broad of people if we expand our music a little bit. There's nothing wrong with changing styles. Look at the Beatles. You see how the Beatles, their albums changed over the years. That's something that bands can do and still be relevant. It's not like the Beatles fell off. You hear someone say, oh, no, the Beatles are whack.
Yeah.
You want to hit that person. At least I do.
Yeah, so that indie rock came out, and I didn't end up listening to it, mainly just because I saw it. I'm like, oh, I'll get to it.
It's pretty
and
good.
I never got to it.
It was good. I liked it.
And so now their 4th album, Delta, which is the one that we listened to in the car, that junk I've been listening to, and there are quite a good amount of, I would say most of them are
solid songs.
I can get down to.
Yeah, for sure.
But I've been having them on shuffle and just kind of listening to a mix of their folk stuff and
Right.
with their
Have you listened to Angus and Julia Stone? Like,
no.
I know we mentioned it in the interview that we just did for the class stuff, but Angus and Julia Stone is a singer-songwriter combo. It's a brother and sister. Very good, mellow kind of background music, along with that folky sound.
I love the folky sound.
It's real nice. It's real nice and peaceful.
Mumford and Sons is coming to Portland. I would like to go, but I'm kind of looking for someone to go with.
I'd go with you.
Are you into them though?
Yeah.
Because I asked you the other day, and you were like,
I haven't been on them lately, but I've listened to, like, I used to, that first album, the what's the first one called? Is it just Mumford and Sons?
no, there's Babel, and then
Babel, that's what it is. Isn't it Babel?
in the song
Babel?
it says Babel, Babel, look at me now.
Oh.
It would be such a treat to go see them live.
Yeah, dude.
Because you figure they're gonna play their new stuff, but if they get some of that Sigh No More on there,
They'll probably
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
They'll probably play their hits. I mean, it depends on the tour. Like August Burns Red, when they tour, they play the whole thing that they're doing now, the Constellations tour, which I have tickets to go see in July.
What?
Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah. They'll play their whole Constellations album from start to finish, which was
That's intense.
2000, I think 12. No, I think it was earlier than that. Maybe 2009. They play the whole album, and then they come back out. They take like a little break. I think Matt Greiner does like a drum solo, and then they come back out and play a few like hits, some of their newest stuff. Which is really good. And they're amazing live. They sound exactly like they do on the record, which is great.
That's important.
Mad respect.
Yeah.
Mad respect.
So if I go to this concert, it's in August, like the first week of August.
I'd go with you for sure.
This will be my first concert.
What?
Yes.
You've never been to a concert?
No.
Where is it?
It's in Portland. I think where do they perform in Portland?
There's so many. Crystal Ballroom, Roseland.
It's one of those. It's a big one because
Is
it's
it the Moda Center?
There are a lot of seating options, so I would want to say yes.
Probably at the Moda Center. I mean, Mumford & Sons is a big enough band that they're probably at the Moda Center.
Yeah. I really want to.
Tickets are probably expensive.
I'm down.
Are you copping?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to go.
Do it.
Because I figured, of the bands, seeing a rapper is like one thing.
Who's open? No, I would much rather go to a concert like this.
Yeah.
No, hands down.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't like rap concerts or rap shows anymore. I went to one rap show and I didn't like it. No, that's not true. I've seen Mac Miller. I've seen Mac Miller live and he was amazing. But Mac Miller's music is just great. So sometimes. Some of it is. Some of it is.
I like that track with Ariana Grande.
Some of the more positive stuff is. the negative stuff's real negative. But the positive stuff's great. Yeah.
Of the bands I've wanted to go see, Mumford & Sons was like top 5. Number 1 would probably be Band of Horses, but they haven't toured in a while.
Yeah, I don't think are they even putting out music?
Not recently.
Yeah, they're
not since like 2015 or 16.
I'll tell you a good band that would well, I've seen Kings of Leon live.
That would be really cool.
They were great. Kings of Leon was.
How was that Sex on Fire performance? Did they perform?
Top tier, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Did the crowd go wild?
I mean, no, it was a real mellow show. It wasn't mellow as far as they played. It was really cool because they did it in a way that they had almost a continuous sound the whole time. So even at, they're ending a song, there's still a pad section, which I don't know if you know what that is?
No.
It's like the sustained music that you hear. It's like holding one note or a combination of notes, chords, and then sustaining that sound. And it's like the background noise.
Kind of like what Masego does?
A little bit.
Because, you know what I'm talking about, the Tadao song, he makes those sounds and then just plays the beat.
No, it's more like you probably in something that he's played. I wish we could get like audio
I would like to go see Masego as well.
Masego would be cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah. What I'm wondering though, so like I know, like I'm assuming at a rap concert, you're just kind of there, maybe getting hype if you're in like the front crowd. But if you're like at a folk concert, like what do you?
Well, seats. I mean, if it's at the Moda Center, there's seats, and you sit in your seats and you watch the performance.
Okay. So no one's getting crazy.
No.
No one's dancing.
Well, and if they are, they are, but they're in their own thing.
I would imagine the front row's probably dancing and like doing arm waves and stuff.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, depending on where you get seats, like it's like going to a Blazer game. Have you ever been to a Blazer game?
Many years ago.
So you know how people can do what they're gonna do, and unless they're sitting directly in front of you, standing up and waving. It doesn't really affect you. It's the same kind of thing. And it's cool, too, because it's loud. You can lose yourself in the performance. You can see, depending on where your seats are, you really get to see kind of like how they perform. And if you understand music like a performing musician does, it's cool. That's why I love concerts.
Yeah, I'm down to go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Buy tickets and I'll decide how much I want to give you money for.
This is exciting.
Yeah. Do it.
First concert.
I can't believe it's your first concert. That's so funny.
I feel like I've seen someone perform live, but it's not like I paid to do it.
You go to like the fair or something, or like
I don't know.
You ever been to like the Clark County Fairgrounds or?
Yeah, but I've never like saw anyone play there.
What about like the amphitheater? You ever go to a concert at the amphitheater?
No.
Sit on the lawn?
No. It's never happened.
Guy, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I didn't like really start like appreciating music to like wanting to go see someone until like the past like 10 years.
Oh, such a shame.
And like when that was happening, I mean, like I didn't have any fucking money to,
Right. Yeah.
I was 13.
My uncle took me to my first concert.
I mean, I remember
it was a Hard Rock show actually.
Yeah, I remember like Warped Tour was a thing, but like I never went.
Right.
Did you?
No, I didn't go to Warped Tour.
That's where all the scene kids were.
No, but I did see. I saw Norma Jean, The Chariot. I've seen The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, they were great live. Devil Wears Prada. I've seen North Lane, Under Oath.
Where did you go see this? It sounds like Warped Tour.
Most of this was the Roseland. There's multiple different shows.
So
like August Burns Red toured with Impending Doom, Norma Jean, and the Acacia Strain, and they so when they do a tour, they all four perform one night. And so depending on who's opening for Mumford Sons, you would go there, watch somebody perform, they get off
the
stage,
opening act,
Mumford Sons get on, and they do their thing. So when I saw Norma Jean and the Chariot, that was a very, very long show. The Chariot went on. They had two bands. Horse the Band was one of the bands. And that was the band that the guy played the triangle. This dude literally, I'm not even joking, would like be backstage. He'd run out and bang on the triangle when they're in the middle of this weird like sounding metal song. And then he'd bang on the triangle, run back, and then he'd do a stage dive. And then he'd come back and bang on the triangle again. And
it was very intense.
Yeah, it was very intense for like, dude, you're playing a triangle. You understand that you're not...
Was it like a meme? Like, were they self-aware? Like, it was kind of ridiculous?
I think so. Because the keyboardist looked like John Heater.
Oh, okay. Well...
They're like Napoleon Dynamite on the keys, everybody. Like, I legitimately thought that.
Well...
Yeah, it was funny.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately. And, YouTube and its crazy algorithms have... they just find out what you want to watch. Or even if you're not even, like, wanting to watch it, it's just, like, I'm curious to click on it.
Dude, my YouTube, I think that's going to be...
I'm always afraid to search things because it'll show up in the recommended.
I think that the new, like tactic to get to know somebody, show me your YouTube page. I firmly believe that. Show me your YouTube page and your YouTube searches. It says so much about you.
It sounds like a Tinder bio.
Right, it does. Like it's like a hey, like show me your show me your YouTube searches.
And they're gonna be like,
It's like hey, like show me
your browsing history.
Show me.
Could a YouTube history be worse than browsing history?
Well, it depends on what's in your browsing history.
I mean, you can get into the weird dark corners of YouTube. Like we're talking like acne popping videos.
No, I want to say Gabby loves the Dr. Pimple Popper.
That's different though. That's different when it's like, produced and like professionally edited and it's like somewhat medical versus like people that are doing like at home DIY cyst popping, which is pretty gross.
I'll be honest, I've never been attracted to that.
I don't think there's people that watch it because they have a lot of views.
No, like I've never been drawn to those videos. Like I've never seen,
Like
I've never liked watching a video of like somebody popping something. That's disgusting to me. Like I won't let like somebody pop a zit on me. Like if someone's like, "Oh, you got a zit on your face," I'm like, "Don't freaking touch me. Like let me go take care of it." But don't like if you go to try and like, "Oh, I'm just gonna pop for you." No, get away from me. That's gross. Like there are certain things that I need to experience in the comfort and the privacy of my own bathroom. Okay, like let it happen. Just leave me alone. I don't know what you want me. I don't know what you offer me.
I mean, that's kind of like dangerous though. Like you don't know where the trajectory is gonna go.
What do you mean?
It could bust on them.
Exactly. Oh, okay. You're arguing for my point. All right. Fair. Okay.
No. I'm not saying like, yeah, let them. Unless they're trying to like good look you. Like
good look me is just telling me. That's like you got some in your teeth, right? I'm not like, hey, you got some in your teeth. Let me get that for you real quick. Let me just pick that out. Like,
but what? Okay, so let's do a hypothetical.
Hypothetical time. New segment. Hypothetical time.
What if you were in an area where there's like not a bathroom anywhere close, and you had like a pimple that was like you really should take care of that?
Tell me where it is and let me get it.
But like, what if? They're just like, it'll be just faster if I do it for you.
Then fine, do it. I mean, am I married? Are we married? Like,
I mean, what if it's just your homie? Hey, dog, let me pop that.
No, that's weird to me, bro. That's so weird. No, that's weird. That's gay. No, I'm just
No, lately, I haven't gone into the dark corners of YouTube, but lately, comedian videos have showed up. And not like, look at this funny joke, more of like, look at this guy handle hagglers or look at this guy fail miserably at comedy, it's hard to watch.
That gives me an inner sense of anxiety.
Yeah. Well, because like, it's like a cloud coming.
Well,
and like this happened and this bad experience has existed, but it's just like you're watching it unfold.
It's so funny because
like a car wreck
with the whole thing with Facebook and how it's the privacy and data mining and all that kind of stuff. It came out that they found the most engagement on their posts were posts that were angry. So they got the most reactions and responses when someone felt anger and they were defending a point or doing something.
That I'm not surprised, just because like people like to be involved with negativity.
We live in outrage culture.
Yes. There's a lot of videos like that on YouTube though, like gaming.
That's the popular thing now. Outrage. That's the popular thing. If you are on a soapbox talking nonsense, like nonsense about don't get me started on certain subjects. Nonsense. Let's just say that.
Sure.
That's the popular thing, man. You get props on social media. You get kind of coddled by those around you because oh wow, you really showed that person. Great job. Type. Great job.
It's like that on like all spectrums though.
It is.
And
100%.
And it's just like,
I mean,
I'd rather not. That's why I don't use Facebook.
That's why we live in a culture of outrage where everybody's outraged about something. That's why there's a video about, like, every day there's a new video about some guy that didn't get served something that freaked out on the customer service employee, but the person only caught the last half of the video where the person's telling the person to get out. but the guy has been in there for 15 minutes yelling and cussing and screaming at the person because he didn't get free food like he wanted.
I often don't know how to respond to the question, hey, can I get some customer service over here? Because it makes me feel like I'm not doing my job properly. It's like, I was going to get to you. I just don't like the phrasing.
No, I mean, there's, yeah, I don't know.
It'd be one thing to be like, hey, can you help me? But like, hey, can I get some customer service? Like, you're owed something. Granted, you're buying something. And
Well, I do think that there is a certain level of entitlement people have.
yeah.
But at the same time, I'm trying not to take things personally either.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you can get some customer service, whatever.
As long as nobody's like whistling me down, that happens.
I don't jive with that. You don't whistle at me. I am not a dog, and I've told people straight up. Like someone's like, they whistled to try to get my attention and said, "Hey, I'm not a dog. You don't get to like whistle at me and get my attention. Summon me like a pet." Nope.
I've seen older folks do that.
Get out
And I feel like
here.
it's a generational thing of they're like,
It might be.
Back in my day,
I don't care.
I
I celebrate heritage. Don't get me wrong. Heritage and, elders. I have elders in my life and I support and respect 100%. But I do not have to adhere to every outdated and outmoded tradition that you did when you were 150 years ago. I mean,
yeah.
Great grandparents, whatever.
Are you going to school right now?
No. I'm paying off my debt first.
But you're gonna go back?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in the fall probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the plan.
How long have you been at that? Or I guess like when are you due to finish
Paying?
school?
Oh, school? 3 years.
Hey, as long as you're going after it.
Yeah. It's gonna just be something that I have, especially with the felony.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect thing that I can say, hey, despite this, I persevered and got this, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, doing school at your own pace, there's no rush.
Yeah, I know. And I think, too, like, I have to try and do it coming out of it debt-free. That's my goal.
It's a nice goal to
And
have.
so and I have to, before, I'm going to get probably more financial aid this year. And so I got to pay my balance down a little bit and get it paid off before I qualify for more financial aid. So I might even wait until the springtime, take the rest of this kind of
So not go till next year?
Not go till, January of next year.
2020.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting in the roaring 20s.
It's weird to think about.
Yeah. I hope it's as exciting
It's
as
the turn of the decade.
As it was a millennia ago. That's right? No, a millennia would be like at 1,000 years. So I guess a decade ago. No, that's 10.
Is 10 years.
So a century ago.
A century. What are you saying?
Time is hard. Just like words.
Always come
and
back
math.
to the time. Always. It's funny.
Yeah. No, I hope we're getting like good music and good style.
I don't know what the next 10 years of life is going to be like. It's crazy to me that we're already through the 2010s. Like, I remember 2010.
Yeah.
And living at home with oh my gosh.
Flashbacks?
Dude, yeah, I was a sophomore. Or that was freshman year. 2009, 2010 was freshman year. 2010, 2011 was sophomore year. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That we will, I mean, not only have we not been, or this is, 10 years since we were freshman year. That's crazy enough.
Ugh.
Isn't that to stop and think about it?
Don't talk about that.
Why?
That makes me feel weird.
Nah. I mean, we're grown.
Yeah.
We've learned.
I mean, it's not a thing of like, it makes me feel weird because of like the time has passed, but just it's weird just to think about the time you were in at that point in your life.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Well, just the different headspace that I was in.
Yeah.
What I thought I wanted to do when I was in high school.
Like career-wise? Or just like...
Yeah. Where I thought I would be now, I thought when I was in high school that I would be married by now.
That is not what was in my head in high school.
I thought
in freshman year.
I wanted to be like, I want to be married by like 24, 25.
I feel like when I was a freshman, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Like as far as career choice and just kind of where I saw myself. I felt like I was very lost.
See, I felt that way too. The one constant was always marriage. And that has always been something to me that I've always like cherished. I've always wanted a good marriage. That's something that I like have grown up witnessing, and I know how lucky that is to witness parents. You know, there's so many people that don't have parents that are together, let alone have a good marriage. And so the fact that I do have that, I was like, you know what, I gotta soak this up.
Yeah, you want that.
Yeah.
It's involved in your life.
Right. So I wanted to be a chef at one point.
Yeah, I remember you in particular had a lot of different things you were wanting. Yeah. Like I remember talking to you over Xbox and you're like, I want to be a bartender. And I was like, what?
I was always just like trying to make money. Like I was always like, I just want to make money.
Scheming,
bro. It's like, I should open up a bar. I'm like, it takes a lot of money to open up a bar. Okay, cool.
I think there's a point in my early days in high school that I thought being like a family doctor was cool.
Yeah.
And like I was like, yeah, I could see myself being that. Like the guy who checks in on you and like, hey, everything okay?
How's it going? It's just your friend in the neighborhood, Anthony.
Yeah.
Sup?
But then it's like, that's a lot of school and a lot of money that I don't have.
Yeah, I know. Right. Like it's a lot of dedication, my friend.
So I just kind of tossed that idea away. Because it's more of just like, it's cool, but like how passionate about it are you? You know?
Right. And that's another thing too, is I'm trying to get more aligned with like my passions.
Yeah, it's important. Because I think that'll be what fuels you to like pursue that stuff.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I was introduced into graphic design towards like the end of high school. And like I didn't know you could get paid to like make cool shit. So I was like, you can make a movie poster and design it and choose the font for it. That's so cool.
Right.
Or just like even like product packaging is really interesting.
Yeah, and I like logos.
Oh yeah.
And then what's another piece of graphic design that like you take for granted?
You know what's an art form is like books, like publication design.
Yeah.
Like the way a book in a magazine is laid out. I do some of that stuff now, and it's because you look at it like, I'm trying to fit the content on the page, but you're like, how are people going to read this? How are they going to consume the content? What needs to be, what's a good reading size for someone? Who's your target audience? All this stuff. And like, there's a lot that goes into that. Also, I mean, like things that your audience is for multiple cultures or just being culture considerate. Like if you're making, I don't know, chocolate for like a Spanish brand, you know, you kind of want to have the right
cultural influences.
Yeah.
Like I mean, ads in Japan, they're so different than
anything.
Yeah, anything that isn't around here. Like
everyone's screaming.
Yeah, dude. Everybody is just like in your face, color, graphic, just very loud looking, which is a weird thing to say. Like it looks loud.
I would say their commercials are just turned up to 11.
Well, I would even say like their game shows and their normal. I mean, because like even during the normal shows, we would flip through the channels, and every channel they have people that are watching the channel, and they're filming the people watching the show that you yourself are watching. It's so that you can see other people's reaction, and then cheer along with them.
I feel like I don't know if they started it or if they're just adopting the like kind of reaction channel scene on YouTube that's like super huge. Like, oh, here's this meme compilation of videos. I'm gonna react to it and get a lot of views. So I wonder if they adopted that culture because it's like really popular, or if that's something that they're doing or we're doing in the first place.
Or it is an episode of Black Mirror, and Japan is...
It's all a simulation.
Yeah. Or, well, not even that. Just Japan is... They have TV that's just different from ours. The whole, like, reaction, scene tied in with this show that you're watching. I mean, the only show that I actually wanted the reactions on is when we watched Sumo that day.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the reactions of that when we were just kicking it watching the Sumo because, we wanted to compare our reactions to their reactions.
Yeah.
Then you find out that...
A lot of channels are like that.
But then you find out that aggression is the same in every language.
Yeah.
Like happiness, joy, it's the same. Everybody makes the same, like we all, exclaimed at the same moments when one big guy tossed the other big guy out of the circle.
It's interesting that the reaction stuff, it's like a panel. Like
it is.
It's not because it's like, not just one guy.
Yeah, no, it's like 4 people sitting next to each other, and they're all like, we're gonna present the next show now.
Like America's Got Talent.
Yeah, America's Next Talent, but
it's just clips of.
But it's just them just like watching game shows. Yeah, it's weird.
Japan's cool.
I loved it though. I was telling you the other day, I found myself missing it for the first time since we've been back.
I have missed it a lot.
I'll be honest, it was really nice to be home. But at the same time, now that I'm home, I miss the food so much.
I wore a jacket today that I haven't worn since we were in Japan.
And it smelled like that?
No. I dug in the pockets, and I was like, why do I have so much paper in my pockets? There were the receipts from Japan.
That's awesome.
And it was from the day we went to, like, the hipster town.
Yeah.
So, like...
All your clothes purchases?
No, actually, it was the day we went to the Great Buddha area.
Oh, Kamakura?
Yes. So I was, like, seeing all those receipts. It was, like, just a track back of, like, everything we did that day. Like, I could recall it perfectly.
Yeah.
Going to Lawson's.
Starbucks.
Train stuff.
Yeah. Oh. Jeremy losing his pass.
That wasn't that. Oh, that was that day.
That was that day, dude.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was that day because we got to Kamakura and we were going to go to the Buddha statue, and we were outside waiting for him, and he was trying to track his rail pass down.
That was the day, though, we had that really amazing katsu. Oh,
yes.
My gosh.
Because when we were finished with the Buddha statue, we were still kicking it and, killing time. So we walked down that little alleyway and pulled into that super small shop with that super small table. Got the best katsu I've ever had in my life.
There's something about, like, the way they... like do breaded stuff. It's just
it was so good, so flaky, so just like easy
tender
to eat. Yeah, just easy to eat. I
didn't even start the rice.
The rice every time there was never like undercooked rice. I had panda the other day. I was like, this is crap, dude. and I mean, that's partially my fault. Soy Grill, off the chain. Have you ever had Soy Grill?
No, I don't know what that is.
192nd, real close to you. Soy Grill. They have the best teriyaki chicken and rice that I've had here in the States so far.
Is that
by the Freshie and the Dutch Bros over off 192nd in JCPenney, Walmart area?
Oh, okay.
Soy Grill.
I'll have to.
This is not a sponsor.
I'll have to check it out. I've been wanting to because I mean we had teriyaki like on the plane. I think that was to Korea.
Well, we had a lot of stuff on the plane. We had like beef.
But didn't we have teriyaki?
Not like teriyaki chicken. They gave us like beef like stir fry with rice.
Okay.
Which was flame.
That was good airplane food.
All the airplane food in Korea was so good, dude.
So advanced.
The airplane food. It was so funny too because I heard a comedian recently talk about. I think it was I don't know what his name is, but he was talking about how he was like, yeah, they have this like this little robot in South Korea that just walks around and it's like, do you need anything? Do you need anything? I'm like, we know that robot.
Yeah,
We were there.
we saw him.
Yeah, we saw him. It
Person,
they
droid,
Zim
thing.
sir
Yeah,
whatever pronoun that stupid thing wants to be called.
address it as robot.
Is it robot or robotita?
No, I remember reading a post that was like, you know, basically, flight attendants making fun like internally about like the kind of food you're eating, like you getting a pretzel bag for like an 8-hour flight. I'm like, who's getting that?
Well, to me, it's like if you fly Spirit or you fly Southwest, that's what you get. Like, don't expect to pay for for trash, and then them to hand you filet mignon.
I mean, out of how many planes did we take? Like 6? Us in particular.
So many. One to L.A., one from L.A. to Japan, one from Japan to Korea, Korea back to Japan. That's 5.
And then Japan to LA.
Japan to LA, 6, 7
and then
planes.
LAX to PDX.
Yeah, 7 planes.
I would say, at least on the long flights, ones that were like at least 2 hours. Well, I mean, I guess going to Korea and Japan, fairly good food.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think there was like one meal that I was like, I'm not really crazy about what I just ate.
I think it was on our way to Japan.
No, on our way to LA.
That's right.
There was something.
That whole flight, I couldn't. Oh, don't get me started.
That was a really bad experience.
Don't get me started. The return flight was the worst.
Going to was amazing.
Going to was great because we could just lounge out. We were basically laying down.
Well, we got upgraded for
free.
free.
There was no one on the plane.
Yeah.
No one's going to Japan. Everyone's coming home from Japan or going, back to. Of course, people are flying to LA from Japan.
Yeah. It was just so packed and
it was
hot.
Redonkulous. It was cramped. And I'm sorry, but the 3 of us should not have sat next to each other.
Well, we were under the impression because we paid more, we would be getting extra leg room, but it was like not worth it.
No, it was not worth it.
I felt like
I would rather have gotten an aisle or a window seat somewhere else. Because at least in the window, I can lean one way or the other.
I'm telling you, I was on that window and that could not happen.
Dude, I
remember my torso.
It's
just
because
being like,
you, me, and Jeremy are bigger dudes. We shouldn't have been sitting next to each other. We should have spread out, dude. I hope we got sit next to these 2 small Asian people that barely take up any room, and we just kick it.
We were also behind a baby.
Oh, that drove me insane. Why are you bringing your baby on a plane? Is it rude to say that?
I mean, I'm assuming because they have to.
I don't care. Don't travel. If you have a kid, don't travel. You gave up that right by having a child. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know that to be true or not.
Yeah, I mean, like
just talking out my butt.
On a 10-hour flight, that's rough.
It was 11 hours, almost 12 hours when all the circling we did when we were trying to land in LA.
Yeah. And it was like constant crying. It wasn't just like a little isolated incident.
No. It was crying the whole time.
Like every
other 30, 45 minutes it would start crying. It's like, guy, I mean, take it to the bathroom. Take it to the back. Like, I don't.
Well, there were also lines in the bathroom.
Put it in the overhead bin. No, I'm just kidding.
Ma'am, we're gonna
have to ask you to place your baby in the overhead bin, but be careful when you take it out. Items may have shifted during flight.
Can you imagine? Like, put your baby away.
You just hear like a muffled crying. You're like, what is that sound?
That's my baby.
My baby's in the overhead storage. Huh?
Just being a baby.
Just being a baby. Don't know why. Can't just chill.
Got him to stop.
Yeah, it's got a nice closed, secure area. It's warm. A little vibration, kind of lull you into sleep. Sounds perfect. Horrible, actually. because I'm terribly claustrophobic.
Oh God, I think that's what made the flight.
And I really believe that that's what was happening.
Yeah.
I felt claustrophobic because I had Jeremy next to me, which was, I mean, I love the guy, dude. He's a great dude, but he's so broad-shouldered. And then you sit next to me, I just was like, this is not a good combo, man.
Yeah,
It was rough.
I was trying my hardest not to like get into you.
I appreciate it, but I was
like,
you were all tilted, and you were
like, oh, you can like put your shoulder back. I'm like, dude, I can see it in your face that you like want to rip your head off.
What I wanted, honestly, like, no homo, I wanted you to lean on me, and then I was gonna try and lean on you, like lean on you and use you as like a pillow.
I mean, you could have told me the game plan.
Well, because I was gonna hope that it just happened naturally. I don't know. I didn't know what was gonna fix my like whatever my anxiousness was, and I was even texting. I had Wi-Fi on the plane. Was texting Gabby, and was like, "I'm the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my entire life." Like, she was like, "I'm so sorry. I felt really bad. I was being a big baby." And then we landed in LAX, and I was a big baby. But
and you ran away for like 6 hours.
Yeah, I needed to get away from you. I'll be honest, all of you, not you. It was mainly them.
I mean, I texted you and I didn't get anything back. I'm like, yeah, he needs his space.
I was asleep for a little bit of that, and then I saw your text and was like, you know what? I'll see him in a little bit and just talk to him.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah, I'll talk to him in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Yeah, man, it was a good time. I think that I don't want to travel with that many people. That's too many opinions.
It's a lot to consider. Got to figure out what everyone wants to do.
I mean, that's too many opinions to weigh on a decision. Like, we got around in South Korea like that. I mean, we didn't even have a ride for a while.
Navigating a foreign country.
A second foreign country.
Yes.
Just the two of us with the pocket Wi-Fi.
Did we have that? Did you brought that? The pocket Wi-Fi?
No.
Because I was like,
we activated our cell service.
Yes.
And that's why, because my cell service wasn't loading fast enough.
Yeah, well, because it was like, it's going to be free, but it's going to be not fast. Slow.
It was not fast.
I remember like the GPS was like crapping out.
Yeah, it was not fast.
I'm like,
and we were almost late to the appointment.
We showed up 3 minutes early.
3 minutes early in a foreign country. Found this dude.
Got a tattoo.
Got a dope tattoo. I shot some photos on his roof. It was cool. And then we waited outside in the freezing cold for a long time until our Uber came and picked us up. And then he was a crazy driver.
That was pretty crazy that he called like his niece or whatever to translate.
Yeah, which was a good look.
That's a 5-star move.
Yeah, 5-star move for sure. And I rated him excellently on the Uber Drive app. Yeah, calls his niece and speaks Korean, sounds very angry. And also at the same time, I was holding the Google Translate app like kind of up and hoping that what he was saying would be picked up in the Google Translate app and I could just read it, what he was saying.
I don't think the data was going to work in your favor.
It wasn't working in my favor because all I saw was like took a picture of me and I was like, how did this cat know that I like just boomeranged the back of the Uber? Like I was like, Instagram, dog. Like, I don't know what you mean. And I think it was just, I don't know. He must have just said something that had a translation. I don't know. Because then the niece gets on the phone. Hey, he just wants to make sure that you guys are going to the right. I'm like, wow, you speak really good English. Like, thank you. Like, I'd never expect this lifeline, this kind of lifeline in South Korea. I would never expect it. It was cool. I wish we would have done that.
What do you mean?
I think that South Korea would have been a much better place to explore. TBH.
Over Japan? I
really think so.
Bold statement.
Dog. The just the efficiency of the travel.
The traveling's efficient, but I felt like
we didn't even scratch the surface of South Korea, dog.
We didn't, but like Japan was just so different. You know, like between the two places, like Japan is just like different, like clean.
Yes.
And just
South Korea wasn't as clean, which was very surprising.
Some areas not so clean.
The train station, airport, immaculate.
Yeah.
The airport was flipping. I can't imagine how much that airport cost, dude.
a lot.
They had a waterfall that was spelling things as it was falling. I was like, what is happening? Hello. This is wild sauce.
But when
We're
we
in
got
wild country now.
when we were like roaming the streets, it kind of felt like a little mini New York.
It felt like Portland.
That's probably more accurate.
It felt like Portland. But it was Portland that I couldn't read. I was like, I don't know what that restaurant is. However, when we got back to the hotel or the Airbnb or whatever we used,
Well, yeah.
it was like a hotel. That food that we had,
The 5-course meal.
that 5-course meal,
It's pretty good.
so good.
I liked the crab legs a lot.
Right.
Fried crab
crab legs.
That was really good.
Yeah, for sure. See, and actually, Gabby found a ramen spot in Portland.
A good ramen spot.
She said when she sent the pictures that she sent me, it looks pretty darn good. Like the menu items are all inclusive, and it was like $11.
What was the name?
I don't remember. I have to go back and find out. I told her to take me there, so
Yeah, go there and report back.
I will.
Let me
for
know if
sure.
it's worth it. Because
Yeah.
I've been wanting ramen, but
I had Kenji's and it ruined my whole experience. I'm so like nervous for sushi and ramen, dude. I haven't had either.
yeah, I've had a coworker. I was like, "Oh, what should I get for lunch today?" And he's like, "Get some sushi." I'm like, do I trust
Ooh,
the nearby sushi
such
around
a
here?
gamble, bro.
Yeah.
Such a gamble. Why do it?
I got places to be tomorrow.
Yeah, why do it to them? Well, it's not even that it ruins you.
It's just you've had the
had,
highest
yeah,
quality.
it's like you've had that. It's so good. The sushi in Japan was off the charts. As it should be.
Yeah.
When we were in
We were in Tokyo.
Tokyo Station, Tokyo Central, that place that we went to in the mall across the street, oh my gosh. $15 for all that sushi? Get out of town.
I think it's been like $11. But
Like I had like 18 pieces of sushi.
I didn't order that much.
So much sushi.
I will say though, for my first time trying sushi, I like it. I don't know how often I'll get it though, because to me, I'm not like really into cold food. Like I just
That
when I
makes sense.
eat, I just want it to be like warm, or like hot, just something that, because then like when I eat it, then I feel warm.
Nourished.
Yes,
That makes sense. Totally makes sense.
that's why I was really into the ramen scene, just because it's like you're eating, or, consuming the
I
soup.
was just like, hey guys,
Well, I mean, not every day.
can we not eat ramen every day that we're here?
Let's go to Lawson's and get a corn dog thing.
No, let's go to Lawson's and get a pork bun. Pork buns?
Well, it wasn't
I
even.
miss them.
It wasn't even like a corn dog. It was just a sausage on a stick.
Well, yeah, you were on that Schmeat thing. I don't know what y'all were about. I was the pork bun. I seriously,
I had
had
three.
like so many. Every time I went to that store, I was like, yeah, give me a pork bun. That's fine.
You tried the pizza one?
No, I can't have cheese.
Oh yeah.
That's why I got the pork buns. That's why they were so good. And that's why I love the food over there, because almost nothing has dairy. I didn't have to be like, I'm sorry, can I get that with no dairy, please? I hate the fact that I have to ask, hey, can I get no cheese on that? Oh, I'm lactose intolerant.
You could get or ask for a fork with your ramen.
The one time that we went to the restaurant and they didn't have a regular fork and they brought him out a kid's fork, I was like, this is the culmination of you asking for a fork. You're finally getting your comeuppance right now. Like you're getting it right here. You have a Mickey Mouse, a junior fork. It's like 3 inches long. You have a junior Mickey Mouse fork and you have to eat your ramen with it now.
That was the fish ramen place, right?
That was the place that
Jeremy
didn't like.
I mean,
I didn't mind it. It wasn't bad.
it was all right.
It was all right. I didn't taste the fish until he mentioned it. And then once he said something, I was like, well, great. Now I can taste.
At first I was like, this is an interesting taste.
It was all right.
It
I
had
liked the curry-based ramen that we had. That was pretty good.
That was interesting.
It was spicy, but it was good. That was, I think that was by and large the spiciest thing that I had when we were there.
That filled me up.
Oh, for sure, dude. Oh, yeah. I was like, I can't eat any. My mouth was also on fire. I barely could talk after a while, but
Yeah, I don't
it
think
was
I ended up finishing
super
it.
spicy. I made it like I wanted to push myself in the limits of spice when we went over there. That was something that I really wanted to say, you know what? I'm going to try food that I don't normally eat, and I'm going to push the limits on my spice factor a little bit because I'm kind of a baby. And now, douse things with hot sauce. Give me that hot sauce.
Yeah, the curry ramen was interesting. I think I had curry twice over there. One from 7-Eleven when it was like a pre-made curry bowl.
Right.
And then at that...
That was another thing, too, I missed. Was like 7-Eleven food.
Really good.
It hits, dude.
Whenever I tell people, like, yeah, 7-Eleven
7-Eleven food was the best.
was smacked.
Yeah, it was super good.
They're like, what?
Like, wait a second. What?
I'm like, yeah, they change their food every
12 hours.
12 hours.
Yeah, 12 hours. 12-hour freight cycle.
I miss the salad with noodles with chicken.
Yeah,
that was the best thing.
Yeah, you were on that salad pretty hard.
Yeah.
I was on those plates of the chicken katsu plates and the beef, like the teriyaki beef ones that they did. Like it comes on a bed of rice and it's just the meat and the rice. Those things were so good for like breakfast. Just heat that up in the morning. Eat a little cup of ramen for afternoon. Mow down on some.
Do you see yourself going back?
Probably not to Japan.
You don't ever want to go back?
I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
You thought you saw enough?
Yeah. I would probably want to go somewhere else. I think I really want to travel Europe. See some kind of art. Like I feel like what we didn't do a whole lot of was see a lot of like landmark thingies. Like I want to go to like Italy, go to like Venice, Rome, hit the Colosseum. I want to do things like that. But at the same time, I've also thought about taking Gabby back and like kind of experiencing that with her.
Japan?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Maybe do like 7 days in Japan, 7 days in South Korea.
Splitting it up.
Yeah. I really want to explore South Korea more. I'll be honest with you.
I do too.
I thought that I was like, when we were there, I really enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, because when we were on the train looking at all this stuff, I was like, there's
so much, dude.
Yeah.
And it was so high tech. I mean, the whole area, the whole country is just really like there, dude. What are we at here on this? I don't even want to know what time it is. Oh, it's almost 2. I need to get home. Over an hour?
Hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
gonna
so
stop.
Hold on. Don't stop it yet. So, are you want to do this?
Again?
Yes.
This would be fun.
You want to do it just a week from today?
Sure.
You work?
I work weekends.
Same thing? Then we'll just plan for 11 o'clock every Saturday night?
Yeah, unless you're available in the morning.
Yeah, I'm moving this weekend, so probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe, though.
We'll see.
All right, buddy. This was fun.
Woo!
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.